Hola mis amigos, ¿cómo están? Espero que estén súper bien. Si aún no me conocen, mi nombre es Kyle y aquí en mi canal, Pensando Inglés, les traigo inglés real y comprensible para ayudarles con su inglés. Hoy les traigo inglés intermedio en la forma de una historia de horror. Vamos a hablar de los niños con ojos negros. Empecemos. Alright my friends, hello again. I am Kyle. And today, I'm going to tell you a scary story. A scary story about the black-eyed children. If you have never heard of the black-eyed children, they say that it is an urban legend and it is not real. I don't know, because every legend has to start somewhere, right? So, what are the black-eyed children? The black-eyed children are children, okay? Niños. They're children, and they only come out at night, okay? They come out at night. Why do they only come out at night? I don't know. Their eyes are black, so maybe their eyes are sensitivos. Maybe their eyes are sensitive to the light. Maybe that is why. Maybe that is why they only come out at night. Que sé yo? I don't know. So, today I am going to tell you a story about the black-eyed children, okay? Doesn't sound very scary, right? But you never, ever let them into your house, okay? Never let them in your house, never let them in your car. Here's the story. The wind howled outside, shaking the old house. Inside the house, in a dimly lit room, a group of friends had gathered for a night of scary stories. They were determined to send shivers down each other's spines. They had heard tales or stories of the supernatural, but they did not yet know that this night was going to be different. As they sat in a circle, sharing their scariest stories, a hush fell over the room. One of them started to tell stories about the black-eyed children. And the room seemed to get darker, and the air felt heavier as the words spilled from their lips. Legend says that the black-eyed children are supernatural entities, and they appear in the dead of night. They were said to be children, but something was wrong with them. Their eyes were black and had no soul in them. They roamed the night searching for somebody to let them into their home or their vehicle, to grant them entry. The storyteller told a tale of an old man who was driving one night. He was driving one night, and on the side of the road, he saw what looked like two children. Okay, so he pulled over because it was the middle of the night. He had to see why there were two children on the side of the road. As he got closer and closer, he felt a chill. And when he pulled up next to them, rolled down his window and looked at them, he looked in their eyes. Their eyes were black. His heart skipped a beat, and a sense of dread washed over him. Their skin was pale, and their eyes were pure darkness. And his mind was screaming to him to drive away, but something was keeping him there. Some force was keeping him there. He could not make himself put his foot on the gas and drive away. The children spoke to him in soft, innocent voices. "Mister, can you give us a ride?" Their words terrified him, but he could not take his gaze away from their black eyes. Some external force was compelling him to help them, even though he knew that he should not. As the man hesitated, the children got angry. Their voices turned more demanding, their demeanor more menacing. The once innocent faces twisted into horrifying masks, and the darkness within their eyes seemed to expand and consume the man's very soul. The man was terrified, and he finally forced his foot to slam on the gas and drive away. He drove as fast as he could, and he looked in his rearview mirror as the children slowly vanished. Now as the storyteller finished up their story, the whole room, everybody in the room had the chills. They felt fear. They felt fear. They were actually happy that the story was over. They started to make fun of each other. Oh, you're scared. No, man, you're scared. You're scared, you chicken. Okay, they started to make fun of each other because they were scared. But really, they were just trying to feel better about the fact that they were scared on the inside. And as they were pointing and laughing at each other, making fun of each other, they heard a knock on the door. And they all looked at each other terrified. One of them got up, slowly walked towards the door. With a shaking hand, they opened the door. They saw two children. The children said, "We're lost. Can we come in? Can you please help us?" And the person who opened the door, they wanted to say no. They were terrified. But something made them say, "Yeah, come on in." The black-eyed children found their way in, and the night took a sinister turn. Okay, guys, that's the story. That's the story. It's an interesting legend. There are a lot of people who have said that they have seen these entities, these supernatural beings, these black-eyed children. Is it true? Who knows? I don't know. But what I always wanted to know is, if these black-eyed children are kids, you never hear about black-eyed adults. So what happens when they grow up? What happens when these children grow up? I don't know. Maybe they make a YouTube channel. Como siempre, muchísimas gracias por ver y nos vemos pronto.